He was 32 years old and worth $6.4 billion. His name was Damian Cross. He owned satellites, shipping ports, and an island he visited once a year to remember what quiet sounded like. He also owned a smartwatch that counted down the productive hours left in his day. And every day, the number ran out too fast. It was supposed to be a one-night stop in Abuja. His assistant had booked the wrong hotel. Instead of glass towers and valet parking, the driver pulled up to a 12-room guesthouse above a bookstore. The sign flickered. The Palms residence. The night manager was not a manager at all. She was a travel nurse named Amina Sule, covering a shift for her aunt. She had one suitcase, 200 books, and a rule she never broke. Never stay in one city longer than 3 months. Damian paid for room 4 in cash. He told himself it was temporary. That his flight would be rescheduled. It was. 6 times. Night after night, he came downstairs at 11:30. And night after night, she was there behind the desk, reading. Astrophysics one night. Poetry the next. A diesel engine manual after that. She never asked who he was. He never offered his name. In a world built for him, she was the first person who did not care. She showed him the city without filters. Night buses. Street food at 1 in the morning. A bookstore that never closed. He showed her nothing, because for the first time, he realized he had nothing that wasn't bought. When the power went out across the entire street, she didn't panic. She pulled out a headlamp and kept reading. He sat across from her in the dark and asked a question he hadn't asked in 10 years. What was the last thing you did for the first time? She said she learned to swim last month. He couldn't remember his last first time. On the 9th night, her contract ended. 1 suitcase. 1 box of books for donation. He offered her Geneva. 2 weeks. First class. She smiled and said no. Because some people are not meant to be kept. They are meant to be remembered. At 5 in the morning, he drove her to the airport himself. No driver. No assistant. She hugged him like someone who knew how to say goodbye. Her last words were not about love. They were about time. Don't collect people, she said. Collect moments. He watched her walk through security and disappear. A year passed. Damian sold the island. He stopped wearing the smartwatch. He still ran his company, but he started taking wrong flights on purpose. He would hear about a city with a good bookstore and book 3 nights. He started volunteering in clinics, not as a donor, but as a pair of hands. Every few months, a postcard would arrive. No return address. Accra, Dhaka, Kigali, each one with a single line. Still collecting moments. He kept them all in room 4 of the Palms residence. The same room he now booked for 3 months every single year. Because Damian Cross learned the one thing money could never buy. That the richest man is not the one who owns the most hours. It is the one who knows exactly what to do with them. The end.